What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of Sword Art Online Alternate GGO. Should probably short it to just SAO Alternative Gun GGO, but whatever. Now, before we begin, I actually want to tell us real quick, guys. The gameplay, of course, you are seeing is of Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, the latest in the SAO game line, and I gotta say, I love this game. I haven't beaten it. I've beaten like about, I think, 3 or 4 bosses now. And I love the game. I cannot stop playing it. Literally this morning, it took me a while. I was like tempted to play this game as soon as I wake up instead of watching this week's of My Hero Academia. I mean, now granted, because these games are not like, the SAO games are not like game changers. These aren't like some of the best RPGs out there. Like, this is nothing compared to, Final Fantasy or Persona. But by anime game standards, I'd say this is definitely one of the best ones. Like, I love this game. You guys know how much I love SAO, and I like him. I love the combat. I love the way GGO looks. I just love it. Like, as you guys know, of course, I am wielding a lightsaber. I know it goes by something else in GGO, but come on, we all know it's a lightsaber. Kind of wish I'm on the hunt for a red one. They still have not unlocked yet. Yeah, I really want a rose on. Instead, I gotta stick with this purple one. Anyway, I love the game, love the characters, loving the story, loving this game. So, my verdict so far, I would give the game a 9 out of 10. So far from when I'm playing it. Yeah, all the games, SEO games I play, the only ones I haven't played is Lost Song and SEO versus Excel World. I would say this is probably my favorite one out of all of them. They're all great in their own right, but I think I like this game the most. Maybe it's just because it's GGO. And GGO of all the SEO games is like kind of like my favorite and one I really want to see a game based off of. Maybe just because I love shooters. Anyway, let's get to start this. So it starts off with Len and Pito. They're talking. They're like, "Hey, Happy New Year's!" and talking about the Squad Jam, and they make jokes about squids and jam, hilarious stuff. And then after that, we meet them in a cave. They're setting up traps for some monsters, and then they talk about how Squad Jam, this tournament, like Battle Royale that we saw in the first episode, how it came to be. They talk about the Bullet of Bullets, and they even mentioned Kirito and Sion, without actually mentioning Kirito and Sion, because they talk about the end of the Bullet of Bullets, there were these two people that worked together to defeat it. Now they didn't unless there's something else we're talking about, they're most likely talking about when Sion and Kirito teamed up to defeat Death Gun, which actually the next episode is called Death Game, which has me very curious on what that means. I mean, I doubt Death Gun's gonna make an appearance. I doubt they're gonna go with the same death, you die here, you die in real life thing. I don't know, but hey, we'll find out what happens next week. So then Pito gives an exposition speech about the origins of the game, or the origins of the Squad Jam, how it came to be. After this guy was pretty much he really loved the teamwork Pito, and also shows man, I wish there was a whole tournament based around this, or at least a battle royale based around. So he convinced the higher ups for GGO. He became the sponsor, and now we have, of course, as they're testing it out on the Japanese server, etc. So Pito Pito tries to convince her to come in, hey, why don't you? I can't. Excuse me. Pito can't sign up for the Squad Jam with Lynn, because she actually has a wedding to go to. Her friend has a wedding, and she'd get killed if she found out that she dropped her coming to the wedding for her fucking tournament. And actually after that, Pito kind of starts I guess you could say digging her nose, I guess, into Len's business, kind of her guessing, hey, why did you start playing GGO? And she assumes the reason why almost everyone in SEO, all the SEO characters play these games for escapism. Now, me personally, I kind of wish people, whether it's Rekin Kawahara or whoever, does these spin-offs, would kind of stop using escapism for both these characters for the reason they come GG. Because now, don't get me wrong, I got no problem if you play video games to escape, because reality life sucks for you, and this brings you happiness. This kind of makes you forget about it. I got no beef with that. I mean, if you do that when you listen to music, whether you watch movies, read books, whatever the case may be, I got no beef. I'm kind of getting tired because it's literally every character in SAO. It's always escapism, at least for the main ones that actually say why they joined the game. I mean, Sugu, she joined the game because she was just mildly curious about what the hype was all about, why Kirito decided to, dedicate his life pretty much to these games. But the rest of the characters was like Sion. It's to help her get over her fear of guns. For Kirito, it was straight up escapism. And her, it's also Kirito, escapism. Now, like, but I kind of wish there would just be like some new character that gives you like, yeah, I just play video games for fun. Because that's what I do. I don't play these games because life fucking sucks for me or anything. And I'm not like acting like I'm superior to any of you guys if that's why you play video games. But I'm just saying, I doubt the majority of gamers play for escapism. This kind of just like yeah, just like playing games. I like shooting shit. I like playing games. That's my thing. So yeah. This guy looked more of like a minor little nitpick. I kind of wish we would see more characters that would just play for fun, not having some ulterior motivation to get over a fear of guns because they killed someone they were 10 years old, or escapism because you have like a complex because you're tall. You know, can we just get a normal person this goddamn show? Someone that doesn't have a lot of baggage. You know. Anyway. So the trap goes off. They go in there. They just go in, and then this metal music starts playing back. And I gotta say, from what we've listened from the OST of this show, it's great. I don't know if the same composer from the previous seasons. Her name is I can't remember her name at the current moment. Came back into the OST for this series. If not, if someone else did it. Whoever does it did a fantastic job of her. If it's her, no surprise there. She's honestly like out of all the anime OSTs I've listened to, hers is always very. I loved her what she did for her race. I love what she's doing with SAO. Did she also do Fate Zero? I think she might have done one of the Fate series as well. Anyway, so yeah, I love the metal music. And they're just like, let's go wild, and Pizza just starts going gung ho, turning into Rambo and shit. And she's like, and he's trying to convince her to like join in. She eventually does, and he tells her about like I know a guy that you can team up with, and she's like whatever. So then we get out of the game itself. We get back into reality. She kind of checks around, does her own little digging about the backstory and the rules of Squad Jam. She asks her friend like, hey, what should I do? I might be a liability. And then she also, we also see her kind of walking down the street, kind of just her talking about like of course like I said earlier, she's always been rather tall since she was a kid, so she's kind of have a complex about that. So yeah, like I said, I kind of wish we just get someone normal in these shows in SAO, just someone that's normal, no baggage, just someone that just plays for fun. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask, Ricky Kawahara? Is that too much to ask? Just someone normal? No baggage because they killed someone. No baggage because their parents died. No baggage because their cousin is stuck in a VR remote and you low kill someone his dick. I'm getting tired of this. Anyway, then we see her walking down. We see this like group of girls. I think we're actually the same girls we saw a few episodes like last week, and they're like, "Oh wow, did you see that girl back there? She's so tall." I'm like, well, fuck you too. So then she gets back. She meets up with Pito. She tells her like, hey, blah blah blah. I'm sure you did your research. Then she goes into farther. She kind of like recaps everything about 2 players. The guns are all allowed. You can use vehicles. Bodies disappear in 10 minutes, so you can use them as good shield. So you can also use them as bullet shields. And yeah, so she meets her partner. Of course, it's M, and the dude just towers like, and he actually asks like, hey, can I just drop the chat part? I'm not interested in what are those like the I guess the formalities. I forget the exact term is used for what exactly the chance on chance on. I forget the exact word that falls under. Anyway, I say anyway a lot in this damn video. Anyway, so. Then he wants to gauge her skiller, so she pretty much puts her through this obstacle course, like, I want to see you, shoot semi-automatic at a standstill, shoot it full auto, shoot it while running, roll down this fucking slope! It's pretty funny, the OST is great, and yeah. So, after that, we kind of see her write, we have to see, our MC, Karen, I believe her name is, actually write a letter to her like favorite singer that she mentioned last week while she's playing some of her music. She's kind of hey, big fan of your shit, blah blah blah, GGO, complex, blah 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 blah. So yeah, she then tells her of course they keep making music, you're a big fan. He also tells hey, can you buy larger venues just so I can get a ticket? So she sends the letter, and that's where the episode ends, with the rest of the episode pretty much just being reused footage from the first episode of, minus this new part where M tells Len, the many functions of a knife and how to efficiently kill someone with it. Like this man's like, yes, make sure you grab it with the right, use the back of it, and make sure you hit like right below the thigh. That's what make sure you hit him in this area. You can instantly kill him. You hit him directly in their eye. You can hit him right in the brain. I'm like, bro, how do you know all this? Do you have a criminal record I should know about? Because, bro, you are kind of creeping me out. How do you know this much? I doubt you got... I mean, I'm sure you could get all this from a Google search, but... Still. I'm like, bro, why do you know so much about damn knives? You a criminal? And that's where this episode ends. So, overall, really damn good episode. The OST was great. The art animation was great. The voice acting was great. Everything about the show was great. I love it. I'm loving this series. Kind of wish we would just get some normal characters for once. None that have some baggage on why they started playing VR MMOs. But yeah, overall I give this episode a 9.5 out of 10. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you feel like it. Links down in the response below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.